because I love to draw. I really do get so much from drawing. But Mr. Doodle is almost it's like the cartoon version of myself. He is just scribbling everywhere and he doesn't want to stop. He won't let anyone stop him. He wants to doodle the whole world. And I guess for anyone who's kind of seeing my art for the first time, I kind of want to, open a big invitation to anyone to come and enjoy what I've created. I have such a great deal of joy making this stuff, and I want as many people to be able to see it and enjoy it as possible. And it really is for anyone, and there's no barriers. And if anyone wants to try doodling themselves, it's really something that anyone can do. So because it's very therapeutic and feels peaceful, and a nice feeling can come from it, even if you just want to look at it or you want to try it yourself. Hello subscribers of Art For You, my name is Mr. Doodle and I am a doodle artist from England in the UK, and I love to doodle all different types of characters, patterns and happy things on walls and all kinds of surfaces. It is a real honour to be invited to the Hangul Pre-Biennale in Sejong City. It's really amazing for me, and the work that I created, I wanted to be very special and sensitive to Hangul, and it is an honour to work with this writing system within my doodles, so I'm very excited about the whole thing. Being from the UK, from the outside of Korea, I've always appreciated how Hangul looks aesthetically, purely visually. I love how the different characters, the shapes and the lines they really appeal to me, and I find that kind of inspiring for my own doodles. It kind of looks like something that has a very similar visual look, so integrating them within my own doodles, taking parts of Hangul and working with them within my compositions was a very seamless way to create work. So it felt very natural and organic, and it was inspiring to take inspiration from those parts of Hangul and create characters and shapes based on them. So yeah, it was very fun to look at it purely visually and be inspired by the aesthetics of the writing system. I'd seen the characters of Hangul before, and I just always really appreciated how they looked visually, and found some link between my work and Hangul. I've always really wanted to create characters and creatures and elements within my doodle land that can reach people from all around the world, from any background or any age or person from anywhere. They can kind of see something within my work and think, oh, that's a fish, and he's walking to there and he's smiling. And it's very simple, but it's just kind of pictures and almost like hieroglyphics, I guess. You can kind of read pictures and they're kind of doing things, but it's very kind of surface level in a sense that it's a purely visual thing, and what you're looking at is what it is, and it's not anything trying to be a message beyond that. But having said that, I think Hangul as a communication system also visually just strikes me as something that also kind of connects to doodling very much in terms of just how it looks. I think it really fits in with what I do. So for me, it's quite fun to be able to integrate parts of Hangul into my work, because people from Korea can kind of recognize things that it says, but for me it's more of like a visual kind of composition, so it's quite fun to work with both things, and things can mean different things to other people. So some people would look at art and they just maybe feel a sense of happiness or satisfaction from how it looks, and some people can read into other parts, and that's always kind of been within my work in a sense anyway, but very much more so with this particular collection of work. Working on Hanji was really fun and very different for me, and we went through quite a long process, really much longer than we'd normally take, on choosing a particular the right medium for this particular show, because we wanted to really try and connect as best as I could with the Korean audience. So I wanted to pick something that resonated, and with working with Hangul anyway, we wanted everything to feel very appropriate for this particular theme. So it was a chance to explore a new medium, and we tested 6 different types of Hanji, and there was like a Hanji canvas composite and different versions, and this particular type that's behind me is a perfect thickness, so that I could work on one side and reverse it, and the fibres and the textures show through. And even though it's very much my own line work, it just does something slightly different and feels somehow more appropriate for this particular body of work. For me, this is a very different setting for my work, and usually my work is in a white wall gallery that could maybe be, anywhere in the world, I guess, most of the time. But this is a very, the architecture, I guess, feels very much for this space, and I wanted the work to feel like it kind of felt like it could belong in this space. So it couldn't be something that I would normally do on maybe like big canvases and like very bold or modern. I wanted it to feel traditional in a sense, but with my own take on that. So that was kind of the thought process behind everything, I guess. Looking back, my first impression was just, I guess, like from an outsider, like first visiting and seeing Hangul, it felt like art was much more around me than it is from where I'm from. I guess it's just because when I grew up learning like an English alphabet and seeing words and letters out there, when I saw text outside, it felt like it wasn't so much art, it was more information, but not being necessarily able to understand Hangul from an outsider. It felt like I was looking at, art and like hieroglyphics, I guess, or symbols and characters, and it just felt more inspiring to look around and see those than something I was used to. So that was my first impression, I guess. Doodleland is kind of what I call like the world where everything I draw comes from, and it's full of happy characters and bouncing lines and squiggles, and there's a real joy at the core of everything. So everything stems from just a love of drawing, and that's really kind of what I'm trying to spread with my work, and I just have so much fun doing it, so I just try and do it as much as I can, really. I love to see bigger and bigger objects and spaces get covered with my doodles. It's always, I guess, just a bigger challenge each time to try and expand it and steer it in a new direction and push myself to achieve something that I haven't done before. So I love being able to walk away and feel satisfaction from knowing I've taken it to a new level. And also just visually, I love to see the drawings consume large spaces, and that feels like the most kind of in a sense, one of the most important things I can do to reach people outside of galleries or museums. Doing big walls outside in the street, or like the mural outside here, allows people to, if they're just walking past or they're too busy, they don't have time to necessarily go and see artwork, they can see it around them in the streets and everything. So that's very important to me, for art to be accessible to everyone. So usually I create my work and it is as it is. So I work onto a surface, a wall or a canvas, and that is the final work. But with this work, for the first time, it's quite different in a sense, because I created the work on the reverse side of the hanji, and that was because I really liked how it looked when we flipped it round, and how the drawing came through onto the reverse, and it kind of really showed these textures, these lines, and the fabric, and the kind of the hairlines and cracks and things, and we all really enjoyed that aesthetic in the studio. So we decided to create the work in reverse and flip it round and allow those textures to be really enjoyed by the audience to celebrate the hanji. So for everything that I do, there's never a sketch as such, because there's so much within the doodles that it's kind of not really worth sketching everything out, because it kind of becomes too contrived, too stiff and rigid if you try and plan everything. And the beauty of it really is that it's very spontaneous, and it comes from the subconscious, and it's very natural. It's like a flow, it's like a river that you've kind of got to let it kind of go that way. But for this, I did have the list of the Hangul, so I would work from that list and integrate those parts first, and then work around it with all my lines and swirls and dots and dashes and things. But it's very much kind of mostly unplanned, and I feel that's the best way to create what I do. It's not the way that everyone chooses to work, but for me it feels the most natural. Mr. Doodle is an exaggeration of Sam Cox, I guess, because I love to draw. I really do get so much from drawing, but Mr. Doodle is almost like it's like the cartoon version of myself. It's like if I was a character in Doodleland, that would be Mr. Doodle, and the exaggerated form would be, you know, this like hyped up happy guy who's got so much joy from doodling that he is just scribbling everywhere and he doesn't want to stop, he won't let anyone stop him, and wants to doodle the whole world. And I'm a pretty happy guy. I have a lot of joy because I get to do what I want to do every day, and I'm really fortunate to be in that position to be able to paint and really just enjoy my life as much as possible by surrounding myself with art and projects that I love to do and the people that I love, and you know, close family, friends, and yeah, and just kind of trying to put out so much positivity and joy through what I do. I feel that that allows me to feel very happy. So genuinely, in my own life, I'm a pretty happy person. I guess for anyone who's kind of seeing my art for the first time, I kind of want to, you know, open a big invitation to anyone to come and enjoy what I've created. I have such a great deal of joy making this stuff that I hope that goes on to the people who get to see it, and I want as many people to be able to see it and enjoy it as possible. And it really is for anyone, and there's no barriers, and if anyone wants to try doodling themselves, it's really something that anyone can do. So just kind of squiggling while on the phone, or drawing some characters, or however people want to do it, I would encourage anyone to try, because it's very therapeutic and feels peaceful, and a nice feeling can come from it, even if you just want to look at it or you want to try it yourself. I never hope for too much, I guess, when I create the things I do, but it's nice if people feel happy and they come away with feeling happier than they were when they came here. And I guess, yeah, that's as simple as that, really. And yeah, I just hope they enjoy what I've done, and I hope that they appreciate the way that I've considered Hangul and Hanji and worked with what I've done, and I've tried to do it in a sensitive way and in a respectful way, and try and do something specifically for the people here. So hope they like that. Annyeonghaseyo to my Korean followers. Thank you so much for welcoming me to Sejong and creating this work for the Hangul Pre-Biennale. It's been really fun, and I really hope that you guys get the chance to see this and enjoy this. Thank you for welcoming me here, and yeah, great to be here. Great honor for me. Kamsahamnida.